Picture this. It's a cold, rainy day. Your socks are wet. There's a sense of calmness in the air. You are by yourself, but you know you're not alone. Your low-budget armor is starting to soak up rain and is starting to feel heavier. But you know better than to rely on it to tank a bullet. It is by all definition a last-ditch effort to protect yourself as you focus on ambushing instead of a head-on confrontation. You are the lag hunter. Suddenly, you come face to face with a geared group. What do? Oh fuck! Abort, abort, abort! Shit! Oh! Just keep going, Kev. Keep going. They won't see me, they won't see me, they won't see me, they won't see me. Never forget, in Tarkov, when a fight is not in your favor, you should probably not take it. Sometimes you prey upon your enemies from the shadows. Other times you just pray. Amen, no. Amen, no. I don't know why this song is stuck in my head. Oh my god. Amen, no. Amen, no. Hi, my name is Kevin and welcome back to the Breakdown series. I see you really enjoyed the previous entry, so this will be the second episode in the lag meta chapter. If you haven't seen the others yet, the link to the Breakdown series playlist will be in the description down below. If you enjoy these episodes and this series, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Come drop a follow on the Twitch as well if you're into live shenanigans. I'm live 6 days a week over at twitch.tv/KRASHED. So I see your comments. First up is a slight oversight I made in the last video when I said the lags have the highest multiplier for taking additional damage after being blacked out. You corrected me in saying this was not the case and it's the stomach instead. This is true, but the stomach is usually protected by armor and therefore not a practical target to shoot at with this ammo. I should have made more clear mention of this, so that's my bad. In practice, you do still want to go for the lags always when running these kind of flash damage setups. Also, Kevin, why are you not using the Clin over the Keter? It has 1000 RPM, where the Keter has only 900. Honestly, I didn't do any testing between these, but at this high fire rate, I think the difference is going to be minimal in time to kill. Your ammo choice is still probably going to be the deciding factor. The biggest turn-off for me for the Clin is the fact that it can't be suppressed. This can be very valuable in not giving your position away to others. For example, when you have to take out a scav or when you ambush a player. With the lack of overall firepower, I feel you really want to stay in the shadows when and where you can. And we all know that sound alerts and attracts other players. The last thing you want is to become the slice of cheese in the cheeseburger. Just keep that in mind. In this first clip, I'm actually messing about with the Clin. On the labs.
He's delusional.
Most of you know that I don't really like the labs. I love its atmosphere, but I dislike the PvP. It's usually very static and holding angles while throwing nades at each other. Little room for flanking because it usually forces you to cross the entire map. We have channel point rewards on the stream and chat can use these to make me go on a certain map. And labs is included. I usually bring a lag meta kit and I hope I don't run into too many players. Clin is extremely effective at taking down the raiders with the lag meta or with the phase hits of course. Right here I'm just wandering about the basement, like the rat I am, and we found a guy who's apparently heard us coming, but his positioning is kind of odd. And there he is. He's clearly ready for us, so I don't know why he's leaning in the middle of the hallway and exposing his entire body, even though he has cover right next to him. If he would have leaned out from behind the boxes, it would have meant a way harder shot for us when he removes his lag hitbox and we can only try for a face hit. What I usually try to do in these kind of situations is to get a quick volley of shots off before I dive back into cover, making him hopefully waste ammo so we can repeat again when he's just finished firing or during a reload. And it works. Listen to him stop firing when he realizes we fell back, only for us to come back again. Hello homeboy. After killing this guy, this is effectively where the lag meta run ends. We grab his stuff and upgrade all of our gear. We kill some raiders before we run into another player. Oh, that was 2? It's a nice looking AK that this guy had bar the sight. Nades for days, yeah. I think honestly labs would improve if they didn't give the raiders so many nades. Because that's one of the reasons why this game is usually a nade fest. Let's see if you can get the elevator and I'm ready to get out, honestly. That sound is definitely a player shooting and very close too. This is the start of one of those labs PvP battles. Flanking will take me forever in this instance, so we keep suppressing the enemy while slowly pushing forward. The gun and sight I'm running are not suited for ranged combat, so we want to close the distance the best we can. I try to grab the TX off the Raider for its holo sight, because I'm not a fan of this Weaver sight that's on the AK, but we end up not needing it. What I want to do is try to toss nades to distract him and make him move while slowly pushing forward. We have the ammo to spare and our enemy knows we're here anyway, so never be afraid to make the most of it and keep suppressing. Especially when you find yourself in a fight in a tight corridor like this. Suppress with bullets and force him to stay into cover and nades to force him out of said cover. You'll find about 1 billion nades per labs run anyway after killing a handful of raiders. Make these work in tandem and control the engagement. Make your opponent reactive to your actions and don't get caught out the other way around. You just ran into the nade. Okay, GG. Nade fast, by the way. Yeah, grab everything. Later. Oh. GG. So, one of the nice things about these kind of setups is that they are extremely effective against AI. Be it raiders, killa, or any other scav boss. You see, when you just start hosing their legs, they get into this kind of stun lock state. Highly recommend for anyone who's not a massive fan of the labs or trying to learn this map in online to give this setup a go. Gather and the level 4 armored rig from Ragman level 2. SP7 ammo, of course. Lol. Come back here, little shit. So, when it comes to lag mana, you have a couple of options in terms of SMGs. The MP9 is very good because it has almost no recoil and a rate of fire of 1100. The only downside to this setup is that the ammo is a lot more expensive. PSG has really done the 9x19 over because it's weak and the AP ammo is way too expensive for what you get. So in my opinion, the only real option is the lag meta ammo. 9x19 rip ammo does its name justice because it will most definitely rip your wallet. At the time of making this video, they cost about 750 rubles each, which is about 5 times as expensive as the 9x18 SP7, which comes in at about 158 rubles each. 9x19 Luger is definitely still viable in terms of lag meta and comes in at 350 rubles each, so they are still on the pricier side. But I found the MP9 a lot of fun to just try out something new every now and then. The top pick in terms of bang for your buck is absolutely in the Catter and the 9x18's favor though. Hello, is there anybody here who has legs? I'm the leg collector. Nice, I was still on single. No, I'm not anymore. Thank you, dude. It's MP9. It sounds like there's some loose parts in it. Like, I don't know what that's about. If you shake it too much, it probably falls apart. So I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, it's some kind of knockoff. Somebody just came. What kind of ammo you got? Luger. Wait, what? Was that all the way downstairs? No. That was, I think. When coming down these stairs, anticipating someone on my right, I hear someone run and prone. Turns out some cheeky bugger was trying to grab the guy who showed me I forgot to check my gun's fire mode. Side note to BSG, can we please set our fire rates, laser settings and so on from the stash? There's no scenario ever where I want my SMG that bolsters extremely high fire rates and are meant for close quarters to be set to single fire. Thanks. So the guy on our right sees us and starts shooting at us. As usual with this setup and Tarkov in general, I want to go for a flank. So we back up the stairs again and take out the guy outside. That's one less guy who can come in our backs later. With the other guy on our right knowing our exact position, I'm anticipating a push, so we wait a little. Are you pushing? I don't hear anything coming our way, so we toss a nade as a distraction and hopefully keeping fixated on this end while we move for a flank. As we move up, I try to listen out for any sounds he might make. When we get to the hole in the floor, I wait to see if he takes the bait and comes in, because then we can literally jump on top of him. I'm not sure how we didn't land a single face hit here, but again, we start blasting whilst getting our asses back into cover ASAP. These straight up 1v1s are never a good idea if you want to live, unless you land a face hit and your opponent stops shooting. So we fall back and create a little life support for ourselves by tossing nades to keep him from pushing. That way we buy ourselves some time and we can get some essential heals in. I often get asked why I use the cheese over something like the IFAK or the Salowa, and it's mainly because the cheese has the fastest use time. 2 seconds versus 3 seconds for the Salowa and the IFAK. Cheese is also a lot more quiet than the IFAK, which is an added bonus. The only downside is that the cheese will not stop a bleed though, so I usually keep an additional IFAK in the pouch for that. Can't believe we didn't land a headshot. Fuck, I'm out of nades. I'm out of nades, so I'm way less safe than I was before. No more time bubbles for me. I pre-fire and peek to see if he's still there, to take back initiative, but he moved. So instead of falling back to the same room we were in before when healing, we find a new place to stay unpredictable. He's been a pretty static player so far, so I guesstimate that he'll still be around the same area, waiting for us to come down the staircase, which, spoiler alert, we're obviously not gonna do. Wish I had more nades to toss, man. Yikes. You think he's gonna make a move, or? It will be nice. I'm kinda... On the one hand I wanna heal, on the other hand I wanna push, but... Maybe we can get a heal off. I'm not sure if you'll be able to hear it. I can't believe we didn't land a headshot on the guy on the stairs. If he's sneaking up, then I'm dead. If he tosses a nade. Bit of self-criticism here. My positioning upstairs was better than what I've got going currently. At least there, I had multiple ways of escaping the room, and right here I only have a single entry and exit. No, this is really risky, but I need to have this health if I'm gonna make a push. In the room next to me? He's upstairs, isn't he? There he was. GG. Thought he was upstairs. Not upstairs, but on his way, on the stairway to heaven. Ripping pepperonis and GG, mate. Super Saiyan. Hey, GG, man. Oh. Help, chat. I'm scared. How many people are coming here? Help. I got him. Oh, there you go. Any more? Ray, Gavin, why are you always so toxic? I'm not toxic, guys. I swear. I just like to make jokes. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Breakdown series. If you did, make sure to smash the living hell out of that like button. But make sure to only gently click the subscribe button if you have not done so yet. It's one of those really sensitive types. Oh yeah, and also come hang out on the Twitch. We always have a lot of fun there. So if you like to have fun and just hang out, you can find me and the community on twitch.tv/crashed. All of the links are in the description, including the Breakdown series playlist. See ya. Ouch.